All right, it's Time to Dive virtual dive show. It's the third one we're doing here at Dive Right In Scuba, and we are really excited to present 2 full days of manufacturers showing off all their newest equipment and their greatest hits. And I'm really excited to announce we've got some great hosts for you this year. We have Woody and Gus from Dive Talk, and it's just going to be awesome. Let me get these guys queued up here. All right. Woody, Gus, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, Tim?
Excellent. Thanks so much for taking your time, and assisting us setting up this great live event. It's, of course, going to have some hiccups here and there, but we're going to get through it, and we're going to have some amazing equipment to show all of our viewers.
Absolutely.
I'm in like an orgy of dive gear all around me right now. What?
Dude,
how
we're
come you
not
always
even 5 minutes
No,
in.
I'm just saying it's like a
You're already trying to get us
smorgasbord
canceled.
buffet of dive gear all around me. I don't know why you always take my words and
All right.
I use adjectives that people understand.
That's
Oh, sorry. Well, go ahead, Tim. I didn't mean to.
You're fine. So it's going to be a great show. Just to kind of recap for all of our viewers that may be joining us for the first time. So every half hour, we're going to have a new presenter come on from one of the amazing brands. And every half hour, we're going to be throwing out links for our raffles. Those raffle links, click the link, pop in your name and your email. At the end of that presentation, we're going to be giving away some awesome stuff. A huge list of things: dry suits, undergarments, analyzers, masks, fins,
BCs.
lights. It's a ton of stuff.
submarines.
Sure. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. The other cool thing is with any dive show, right, there's always some prizes, not only prizes, but also some goodies that you can purchase on sale as well. So you'll be seeing coupon codes dropping during the presentation so you can pick up some new kit. And what's kind of cool is Dive Right In Scuba, we are offering a $1,000 giveaway every day. So if you put your name in all 14 raffles today, you have 14 chances of winning that $1,000 in dive gear and shopping spree for you. So
That's awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
I'm excited.
Woody, Gus, you guys could toss your name in there. I'm good with it.
Oh yeah. Mine's already in there. You see Woody spelled 14 different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So
all right. So can we jump in?
Absolutely.
So what's first up to bat is Zeagle, right?
It is Zeagle.
All right. So cool. So we have a lot of stuff here from Zeagle. Let me hold the first thing up here, okay? Look at this beauty. The Fury.
Oh, I thought you were talking. All right, never mind.
All right, let me show everybody. The Fury BC. I'm going to do a spin around. Would you say I'm similar to Vanna White in some ways? Does anybody see this similar? Look at this. I do love this, by the way. I love when BCs have the double strap. Yeah. I think that is just so much better for the tank. It's just really secure, and it really helps them position the tank better. You know what I mean? So just really good, really big trim pockets. Another nice benefit, because sometimes – especially when you're working with students and instructors and stuff are out there, it's really easy to come in and out of these trim pockets. Mm-hmm. So just a couple of little features that I noticed that I think are really nice.
Yeah. So we are joined by Zeagle in this session. And
so do they know about their Zeagle?
They probably want to promote their product. Yeah. I'm thinking.
You think Zeagle knows about Zeagle?
All right.
Good morning,
yes.
guys.
Good
What's
morning.
Happening? It's beautiful.
Good to finally meet you both. Good morning. I'm Zach Hollis, brand manager of Zeagle. I'm sure we can go through some features, benefits of the product soon. Let me give you a brief background about what Zeagle does and why we have the Fury BC in our line today.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So Zeagle manufactures products for diving professionals. We've been doing this for over 40 years. The BCs we have, some on my wall behind me, BCs that we're shipping today, a few of those are actually used by the Navy SEALs and approved for use by the Navy. So we manufacture products for diving professionals. Now on to the Fury. Personal Fit was developed by Zeagle probably 30 years ago. It allowed parts of the BCD, whether it's the pockets, the shoulders, the bladder, to all be interchangeable, replaceable. So in terms of the type of diving you'd like to do, It's a modular fit to make the absolute best fit possible. The Fury actually builds on that platform in theory to be able to have a system that is all built into the BC. So with historical BCs like the Ranger, the Stiletto, those actually have personal fit to interchange panels. With the Fury, though, it's all built in, so you can adjust the shoulders, the weight system, everything is fully adjustable, built into the product. So it's pretty sweet.
Awesome. That's great. So yeah, Woody's playing with it right now and working on it. It's interesting because I've been looking for a new BCD pretty recently. And I was looking at this Fury, and I think the key word for me is modularity. The fact that you can, exchange things and easily replace things. Because
I'll let you use mine. It's right here.
all right. The one I had before this one was like one single piece. Like if one little thing ripped, you have to throw away the whole BCD and get a new one, which was very frustrating.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Here's a couple of things that I like. I like easy to grab, easy to reach stuff. You know what I mean?
Right,
When you're
right.
diving and you need to grab something or, whatever, they got these. I love this right here. I'm just pointing out features that I love. Big, easy to reach pocket. And what I love about this pocket, it does not interfere with the ditchable weights at all. There's a nice separation there. So, I mean, you always need pockets. That's really, really nice.
The other thing I'll mention about the Fury that's pretty unique is it's fully adjustable. So I probably didn't highlight enough about the fact that what you have, I think, is a regular size model. It's adjustable from extra small to large. And the one I have here is the large model, adjustable from large to double extra large. So you have two models that we're shipping as of now, but every size between extra small to double extra large in those two models. So you can grow with the BC. You can start as a youth, as you get larger and become an adult, or you can do it from warm water to cold water diving to wear a thicker wetsuit or a dry suit, fully adjustable, as well as having that Zeagle modular DNA built into the BC.
Awesome. What else you have for us, Zach?
Today was actually just about the Fury. So I think highlighting the Fury, why it's so great. Obviously, it took us a long time to develop to create the next generation of personal fit and adjustability and modularity. So I think just highlighting the BC and showing you guys what we have today was pretty much the highlight of the show for Zeagle. Do you have any questions for me about
this
the
out?
brand?
Check out the trim pockets. This is kind of cool. It has a bottom trim and another weight for the top trim. That's kind of cool, right? Because usually trim pockets are pretty small and you can only put one weight. So I like that you guys, obviously you had a conscious reason for doing the top and bottom trim pocket for the ability to add more weights on.
What about those the holes that you had on the side? Are those two attached like knives and things like that as well? Is that what goes in those grommets?
Yeah, so a couple other features. What you're looking at is the QLR weight system. That's the same BC you have, I think. On the outside of this pocket, we have the grommets for, knife attachments, accessory attachments. We also have attachments to go inside between the bladder and the vest to be able to attach things like an SMB, a reel, or even a bailout pony razor system that we sell. Be able to install that pony system here on the back side of the diver here. So the other thing that I'll mention is that we have two size models, regular and large, but we also offer this BC, whether it's QLR or ripcord. So Zeagle's been known for having this single-handed operation weight system for decades. Every BC that we have on display on the wall here, and we've been selling for nearly 30 plus 40 years, is our single-handed ripcord weight release system. What you have there is a QLR style system. So for the diver that's been diving Zeagle for decades, that's used to diving with a single-handed operation weight system, we have that available. Or we have the QLR system for people that like the easy use, for having two pockets that just install, click in very simply.
Awesome. And there's a question actually from the audience asking, how many D-rings does it come with? And you had an issue recently, Woody, that you didn't have enough D-rings on the wing that you were diving in.
You can never,
you were
you
struggling.
can never have enough because, I was like, man, where is the D-ring? I'm actually going to add them.
So
this is
busy.
interesting, though, that they actually have, I don't know, it's not a D-ring, but you have these slits in the shoulder straps
Right
here. So I could definitely see the ability to attach some things in those.
Yeah, the shoulders allow for carabiners, different ways to attach accessories, whether it be a light or a reel or even a camera. But the shoulders come with a 1.5 inch D-ring on both sides. On the bottom, we also have a 2 inch D-ring that hangs from the bottom of the vest that you have there, and a D-ring on the back side. So roughly 5 attachment points or D-rings that are on the vest.
So there's one there, the bottom one he's talking about. Here's another D-ring here. But
Yeah.
then you've got the ability to just, how many different slots are in there? 1, 2 more right there. And then you have a,
The inflator keeper or whatever.
well, yeah.
Is that for
it's not-
streamlining?
yeah, just for streamlining on the right side.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
I'll give you a view of the back of the BC. So we have this, it's called a bagless bladder, a TPU welded bladder. Very strong, 420 denier material. We have a very nice embossed logo on the outside of the bladder. So traditionally, it's really similar to what we've sold in the line on the Stiletto and the Xena. But now we have this upgraded material, upgraded logo embroidery. So it's very nice finishing on the back of the BC.
Mm-hmm.
As you pointed out, yeah, the OPV placement, 3 OPV, shoulder OPV. One more feature that I think you'll find interesting that you probably haven't seen before is the OPV puller. So on the unit you have, if you grab the OPV
Mm-hmm.
and you just pull on the little tab, you can actually pull it apart. The reason for that is to be able to adjust the OPV based on the shoulder length adjustment. So
Right.
if you bring the shoulders up to an extra small or out to a large, you could take up that slack by adjusting the OPV puller and bring that slack in or bring the slack out.
I see. Yeah, I can see that. That's nice.
Yeah, it's
That
pretty,
is nice.
pretty nice. Yeah.
Somebody's asking how much does it weight?
Good question. I think it's around 7.5 pounds roughly.
Okay.
Feels like that.
Do you
Standard
offer an Air 2 style inflator?
We do, yeah. So I probably should have had that on the call today, but yeah, the Air 2 that we have for Zeagle, we have both yellow and black. They install right here. So the BX inflator unscrews and the Octo Z installs just by removing or unthreading this fitting here.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty simple. The other benefit to the Zeagle brand that I don't think any other brand has in the market is being able to unscrew the airway. The threads you have on this BX style connection are the same threads you have at home for your garden hose. So you can literally attach your garden hose to your BC, turn it on, flush out your OPVs, flush out your airway, your corrugated hose.
Yeah, right
get all
there.
that salt.
Simple right here.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's really nice right there. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I'm out unscrewing it, but simple to do.
Yeah, and that's actually right here at the bottom of the airway where you have this
Oh, I
connection.
thought it was right up here.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
see.
right here, this connection. Your garden hose at home just threads on, flush the BC, and
That is
put
really
the
cool.
weight.
Oh, I see it now. It's inside the plastic.
And actually, when we go diving, like just think about like West Palm Beach or Pompano Beach or whatever we go diving. When you get back on the dock from being on the boat, there's always a hose around.
Always.
You can just plug in and flush everything before you take it home.
Yeah,
That's
right there.
awesome.
You can't. It's
Yep.
hard to see through plastic. It literally looks like the end of a garden hose. Right here. So
It's convenient to be able to install an airway like an Air 2 or the Octo Z from Zeagle, or flush out your BC. It's pretty quick. Easy.
Yeah, I like the material too. It's, I don't know what you call this kind of canvas, but it just has that durability feel. Really strong.
Yeah, the bladder again. It's 420 denier nylon, very highly puncture and abrasion resistant material. We've used it in the Zeagle line for decades. We've improved it slightly just for the abrasion resistance, but also added that embroidery. So yeah, it's tough as nails.
Yeah,
Pretty
and
similar-
yeah,
Go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, I was going to say right behind here is sort of some of those adjustments you were talking about, right? Those adjustment straps for size. They're behind the back plate.
Exactly. So I'd like you to maybe to show everyone on the call today. If you pull that apart, you can show the sizing and the adjustment. Here on the mannequin, it's a little bit difficult, but the adjustment is as easy as like a school
Okay.
backpack. You just pull on the tabs, adjust your shoulders up. You go from extra small to large in the matter of,
It's right here. You could see it. I just pulled it out. Just boop, pull it up, or just like a shoulder strap, right? You just,
Nice.
you know how you lift up the shoulder strap and pull
Yeah.
it down. So it's just up or down, super easy to do. It's literally right behind it, right there on both sides.
Yep.
Awesome.
Exactly. Yeah.
You
and
know,
the same in the waist as well. You can adjust the waist in or out based on the size. It takes a little bit longer on the waist, but again, the panel is adjustable. A lot of times we hear from whether it's dive instructors or even dive retailers or people in the industry, adjusting the pocket usually is a one and done type situation. But for those that are doing different types of cold water, warm water dive, you can adjust those pockets in or out and get more room if you need to.
yeah.
Yeah. And it also has this huge cummerbund, which is nice. So this thing's going to hug you
Right.
pretty
On your
nicely.
waist. You know, it's funny because a lot of manufacturers and stuff talk about how tough their gear is and the fact that it's mil spec and all this stuff. But I think the biggest evidence of how tough gear is that large dive operations buy the gear for rental equipment, right? And that's one thing I've noticed with Zeagle is like 8 out of 10 dive shops seem to have Zeagle as their rental gear that is meant to be abused, toss around, like, and it lasts for years.
It does.
I feel like that's better evidence than just to say your stuff is tough. It's like, just go to any random dive shop and see what gear they're renting.
Oh,
Most of the time it's going to be Zeagle.
Yeah, the environment in a pool, for example, with the chlorinated water, we have pretty well-developed nylon, ballistic nylon used for the bladder, for the vest. Not very many complaints, though, from those retailers about whether it's being used in a chlorine environment or people that say they have their Ranger BC for the last 25, 30 years. It's very common to get BCs in for service that have been used for 2 decades. And yeah, they show some wear and tear, but they're still being serviced, still being used. And it's a good testament to the brand.
Yeah. And here's that bottom part you were talking about for the back plate. It's got like some Velcro right here. You just undo this Velcro and then really easy to adjust that bottom part as well. It's right.
That's nice.
It's just, I don't know if you guys could see that, but it's right there. Super easy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Somebody asked about the cost. How much does it cost? The BCD?
So yeah, the retail price $749.95.
That's nice.
Comes with everything you see here, and whether it's with the QLR weight system or the ripcord system that we offer, both BCs are built the same way in inventory and sold the same way. So it comes complete, ready to dive.
I like the tag, right? The tag describes in 2 words everything that you just said. You want to know what it says on the tag? It says new Purity, extreme adjustability. So if you want to know why to buy this BC, extreme adjustability. That's
awesome.
Perfect. And we just showed you. I mean, there's a million ways to adjust this thing without any tools, by the way. I just kind of opened it all up with my hands, just sitting here in a chair.
Just reminding everyone, if you want to enter the giveaway, go ahead and use the link on the chat to enter the giveaway, because we'll be giving away a pair of Recon fins, which is pretty cool, and a scope mask. Very excited about that. But before we go, Zach, let's talk about the Amboy regulators, right? Because Dive Right In has a promotion right now that if you buy an Amboy regulator, you get the Octo for free, which I have one right here. And I've seen these, I don't know how many times. I mean, these things are great.
Yeah, they're bulletproof. I mean, obviously the regulator is bulletproof. It's sold widely. The design is tested. Hasn't changed in quite a long time. So it's a very reliable regulator. I would say, we sell that 3-to-1 over anything else that we sell, just because it's so reliable. The Octo for this promo actually is for the consumer. They buy the standard regulator, whether it's in din or yoke, they're getting the Octo at no charge. So it's a great offer for any consumer.
Wow.
That awesome, right?
That's
especially
really
if you're a
deal.
brand new diver, because you're always, you're so focused on looking at regulators, and then you forget that you also need an Octo. And then so you pick the regulator you can afford, and then you don't have any money for the Octo. So this is great because it comes with it.
Yeah, I mean, and for retailers to be able to offer a total dive system, which they're going to want their students to have an Octo, typically to start off with, that's just so easy.
Yeah.
You have that, you have the regulator, your Octo's already ready to go, and you could put that together with a total dive system. I mean, Zeagle has masks and everything else. So you're
awesome.
Yeah, you make that really easy for the consumer. That's for sure.
It's pretty
Especially
hard
with you.
not to do it.
especially with the adjustability. I mean, that's the hardest thing, as instructors know, with new students, is to get that gear fitting them properly, because that's going to make your student able to accomplish all of those skills that you're going to ask them to do, neutral and in trim, which we love here at Dive Talk, way easier. If you have a BC that you're struggling with and you can't adjust, it's not snug to your shoulders, snug to your waist,
Right.
it's not even fair to the student to be
Yeah.
expecting them to be in nice buoyancy and
No,
trim, right?
no
Because the
chance.
gear is fighting them. It's
Correct.
making them not in trim. It's throwing them back up. It's throwing them in exactly the position you don't want to be in. But when you can adjust this, and believe me, Gus will quickly tell you I'm the least mechanical person he's ever met. And I just literally, by holding this
adjusted
up
the
in
whole
front of
thing.
you without him telling me where all these adjustments were, that's how easy they are to
You
find.
figure it out.
It's
It's like
honestly,
the iPhone of BCDs. You don't
It's-
need an instruction manual.
you do not
You
need
just figure
tools.
it out.
You just, okay, oh, there's a strap on the top. There's a strap
Yes.
on the bottom. There's the shoulder straps. I mean,
Super simple.
I can change that for a student in probably 10 minutes. And now they have a perfectly fitting BC, and it makes you instructor way, way easier. And they're so much more comfortable. The student's going to be like, this is easy. A lot of it does come down to gear configuration, really, in diving. And it's unfair because sometimes we'll see students and their instructors didn't take the time to help them configure the gear, right? They don't. And the other thing I always say is, they don't know what they don't know. If you have a BC that's not fitting the student properly,
Yeah.
they think this is how it fits.
Well, you always see like sticking up, like the
Sticking up.
shoulder.
Like their head is just barely there and they're sticking up, right?
Yeah.
But the problem with that is they don't know. They're not even, the poor students and new divers, they're not even complaining. They're just like, I guess this is how it's supposed to be when you scuba dive. It's not
Exactly.
very comfortable. Well, you know what? It should be really comfortable.
Sean-
Really comfortable. And you made it extreme adjustability. That's very good.
Sean
Yeah.
is pointing out something that is very important. He's giving you guys a shout out, Zeagle, for having one of the very few BCs that are for women, designed for women, the Xena.
Mhm.
He's saying that, they have customers that are very happy with that.
And they have
Good stuff.
good stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
you said,
Xena-
go ahead.
And I was just going to say the Xena, the Stiletto, the Ranger, those are our classic line of BCs that have been sold for years. But a lot of the DNA that you find even in the Xena or the Stiletto is built into the Fury. So again, it's all really modular, interchangeable parts. So for example, the Xena bladder could be used on the Fury and vice versa. So you want to go from a
Nice.
a 26-pound bladder up to a 35-pound bladder. The weight systems, the harness, most of this is all interchangeable with even the Xena. So for someone
That's
that wants added buoyancy, they can go from low to mid to 26, 27-pound buoyancy up to even 44 pounds of buoyancy if they'd like to, with the Fury, with the Stiletto, or even the Xena.
You know something I just noticed? This is so smart. You have dump valves on their back on both sides. Most
course.
don't. I didn't even notice that. That's really awesome, right? Because,
You
sometimes,
reach back there and
well,
dump.
maybe you have something going on your left side. For example, you're wearing a battery canister light this time when you're diving, so it
Right.
may be easier this time to reach back on the right side. Or maybe this next dive you have a camera in your right hand, and so this time your left hand is more free. That is a really, really smart thing.
Absolutely.
Both sides dump valves, just whichever one is easier for you to grab, because you should be diving everybody in this trim position, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you have a dump valve, right? Because the
Not
air is
this.
gonna,
This.
yeah,
Right.
the air is gonna basically, go to your butt. So you just reach back and, boop.
Yep.
Very nice.
So, Zach, do you have anything else you want to add before we give away some stuff?
I'm not sure if I'm frozen here. Or
Yeah, you're frozen
you're
in the
frozen.
trim position.
Yeah, which is great.
So that's great. Just stay like that. It's perfect.
Maybe I don't know if I could reset my camera. I'm not sure what is happening here, but
Now that's a demo of trim.
Yeah.
He just really wants to stress when you dive in a Zeagle, you're in trim. And he's like, permanent trim in a Zeagle.
the trim
You
Tim.
know, you planned all this. Just roll with it. That's what we do.
Exactly.
Extreme adjustability makes you in permanent trim
All right.
as he keeps demoing. So,
So
go
I
ahead,
hope
Gus.
I hope everyone enter the giveaway. The link has been shared like at least 200 times. So hopefully everyone is in, and I don't know if we can bring back Tim to
He's just in
giveaway.
permanent trim.
No, Tim.
Oh,
not
Tim.
Yeah,
Tim
to,
also likes trim.
to do a giveaway.
Hello.
All right, guys, we're here.
Hey, Tim. Welcome back.
I'm not frozen and trimmed, so we're in good shape. All right, so today we are giving away some awesome Zeagle equipment. Let's go ahead and pull up the wheel here. All right, so what do you want to do first?
Let's give away the pair of fins.
All right, going with the Recon fins.
I hope it goes to someone who needs a pair of fins.
Right.
Maybe a new diver.
I wonder if he's still in trim.
All right.
Bob, the rest of the day isn't.
Bob, congratulations on your fins. We'll reach out to you after the show.
Who was that again?
Yeah,
I interrupted you. Go ahead. Say it one more time.
Bob Hollowbow.
Okay.
Sorry for butchering the name.
All right, Bob. Congratulations for the fins.
All right.
And then we have a mask.
Wait, so, some people are making some comments. Let's just talk about some technical stuff that say when you click on the link, it asked you to sign in. Should they have to do any kind of sign in?
So, Scott, congratulations real quick. We'll just mention that. So, Scott, you won the mask. We'll be reaching out to you. So the way we're doing our raffles is it's a Google form. It'll be only sent from Dive Right and Scuba. So don't click any of the spammers links or anything like that. Obviously, you know, we're probably going to see a little bit of that here and there. But yeah, just click on it from Dive Right and Scuba. It'll be a Google form. There's a fresh one for every single giveaway. So it's basically what's going on there.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everyone. That was a great presentation by Zeagle.
Yeah.
Up next, we'll be talking to Oceanic.
Yeah, man.
All right.
There's the Zeagle. It's a beauty. Okay. Switching gears. What's up?
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the Time to Dive virtual dive show.
So are we starting live early or are we on a break?
We are starting live early, I guess. You got a few more minutes.
All right. How you guys doing today?
Good.
We're doing great.
Excited to hear more about Oceanic. I already had a good experience with the app.
Yeah, man. I played with it last night and the dive planner in it and all that. I'm sure so many people are going to be really excited to hear that your new Apple Watch is a really easy to use, fully functional dive computer. And that's, you're going to talk mostly, but I'm just going to say a few things that come up. The biggest thing that I've seen so far with this, simple to install between your iPhone and then it syncs up to your watch when you load the app on both. And then, I mean, how easy is it? You know how some computers, you have to hit the top button, then the bottom button 4 times, and then put some breast just to change the air type, right?
Yeah.
This is typical Apple mode. Type. Like, scroll up. Oh, air. Okay. What do you want?
Yeah.
Boom. Touch that. Or nitrox. Hit the button nitrox. What percent do you want? Type it. It's just so frigging easy. Mm-hmm. So I got through the entire, all of it, all of the settings or whatever in like 8 minutes with no explanation and not reading anything.
Cool. When you guys haven't dove it yet, you just played with it.
Gus did dive it. Gus dove it.
Yeah, cool. But how about you for the audience who's watching right now? Why don't you introduce yourself so they know?
Yep. So my name is Greg Such. I'm the Midwest sales representative for Oceanic and Hollis Rebreathers with Hewish Outdoors. Nick is not able to make it today, so I'm identifying as Nick Hollis throughout this presentation. And so I'm here to share some of the stuff. Yeah, he got ill last minute, so I'm going to help you guys out. Unfortunately, I can't read his notes when I have this presenter screen up, so I'm just going to go for the best I can do, and I think we're going to be all right.
Yeah, we'll just have some dialogue. Go for it.
Let's talk about it.
So But so you got to dive it. I mean, rolling that wheel, I dove it quite a bit when we first had it out in the beta. And as you said, it's incredibly intuitive all the way down from placing bookmarks throughout your dive, syncing it to your phone and downloading it. And we do have some screens here, a little bit of a presentation here that Nick did put together. So let me switch to that and get it to play here for you
There's the
guys.
logbook. I
Welcome
mean,
to Oceanic Plus, the
so
world's
easy.
first dive computer app for your Apple Watch Ultra. Oceanic has been a leading innovator in scuba diving for over 50 years, including developing some of the first dive computers. Today, our new Oceanic Plus app allows your Apple Watch Ultra to be used as a scuba diving computer, creating the ultimate underwater experience. Whether you're an experienced diver or are thinking of taking your first scuba course, Oceanic Plus is here to provide you with all the dive data you need on the bright screen of your favorite device. Not a diver? Oceanic Plus is also great for tracking your snorkeling adventures. Finally, an app that takes full advantage of all the built-in capabilities of your Apple Watch Ultra. Preparing for your next dive trip has never been easier. Before each dive day, you can access the innovative dive planner on your device. The dive planner allows you to calculate your next dive no deco time based on your surface interval, residual nitrogen, oxygen saturation, planned gas mix, and target depth. The planning option is enhanced on your iPhone with specific information about your no deco plan, as well as your dive location. Just type in the name of the location or add a pin to the map. You can also check the weather conditions, UV exposure, wind, and water temperature, as well as the time and height of the various tides up
That's
to 3
awesome.
days ahead of time. This information is especially useful in planning the right thermal protection and in predicting weather conditions. Oceanic Plus utilizes the Bowman ZHL16 decompression algorithm with gradient factors, which tracks tissue loading and allows further customization for advanced divers.
Yep.
Prior to the dive, set your dive parameters such as your gas mix, including nitrox, and algorithm conservatism level. Also set dive alerts, such as your target depth and time planned, on your Apple Watch Ultra. Once in the water, your dive information is displayed in a large, easy-to-read format and color-coded to make complex information easy to understand. Monitor critical dive parameters, including current depth, remaining dive time, ascent rates, and more, with customizable notifications at a glance. After the dive, your data, including GPS entry and exit location, and precise dive profile automatically syncs to your iPhone and the cloud for safe logbook storage. Additional activity stats, gear usage tracking, user-generated content, and the ability to export your dive data make Oceanic Plus your perfect dive companion. Thank you for watching this tutorial. You can get additional information by watching other tutorials or going to our FAQ page at www.oceanicworldwide.com/Oceanic Plus. Enjoy every day, every dive with Oceanic and Oceanic Plus.
So you guys mastered all those features in, what do you say, 5 to 8 minutes?
I mean, literally in 5 minutes, I went through everything that they just went through. And there's some people typing comments that they dove it with like the Perdix, the Shearwater, like side by side, right?
Yeah.
And identical data they came up with. So if you're wondering, well, is it really accurate or whatnot? People have been testing it and it's been getting really, really good feedback. I think the ease of use is probably what is going to make this explode.
I'll tell you
Now-
what, for me was the convenience. So
Yeah.
I had my birthday recently and my wife surprised me with a trip to Jamaica. Like she's done this in the past. It's like you wake up in the morning, it's like we're flying to Jamaica in 2 hours, that kind of thing. So this year I went, and while I was in Jamaica, the resort that we went to had diving as an all-inclusive thing. So I didn't bring any of my stuff, but I had my Apple Watch. So I just had a dive computer with me. It's very convenient, right? And I used it, and I was looking at my log. It has everything in it, including, everything that you get with any regular computer, duration, all that stuff. It's included with it. Plus, it keeps track of like that GPS, and it tells you where the dive was, and more stuff that before we had to add manually, basically, right? But people can't see it, but
and people are asking, is the software available? Absolutely. Easily just go to Apple Store on your phone.
Yeah, download.
And you'll also do the same download on the watch. That's something that took me a second. You got to download the software on both.
Yeah, it's Oceanic Plus is what they're looking for.
Oceanic Plus.
Oceanic
that's right.
Plus. And then when you download it on your phone, it has a simple setup menu. And basically it goes like this. Hit setup.
What do you want to do?
Waiting to sync with your Apple Watch. Then once it's on your Apple Watch, you're kind of done. That's really you do have to, I think it allows you to put in your name.
Yeah.
I mean, this is such easy stuff, right? And then it's fully functional.
Yeah.
Now you may want to talk about the different types of plans that you can buy. In other words, there's monthly or, there's annual and things of this nature. Because there's a subscription plan with this.
It is subscription based, and it maintains your logbook for like a year. So for the person that only dives for a year, if he selected a 1-week subscription, goes on vacation, only wants to use it then, wants to look at his information later, he's still going to have that on his next vacation. He subscribes again. It resets that start date of when there's going to be an expiration of the log. But there's a daily plan if you just want to, hey, I got this watch, I want to try it. What's it going to be like?
Yeah, so that's what I did. So I got the daily plan. It was 99 cents. That's it.
Yep.
So for $1, I had a computer, fully working computer.
Yeah.
I set up my gradient factors, 50, 70, everything. Like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I went diving and it tracked it. And obviously that is all the dives that you do for 24 hours. It will track it.
Yeah.
And you can even buy the plan. I noticed this. It was really cool. You buy the daily plan and it will kick in when you do your first dive.
Yeah,
so like
that's when it starts.
Yeah, so I really like that. So like I bought it the night before, and then the next day is when it actually started, and it was pretty cool. Now I have the yearly plan. It's $80 a year, but again, if you think about it, is like if you buy a computer, it's over $1,000.
Right.
If you pay $80 a year, even if you're an avid diver, you're diving it all the time.
No brainer.
Over 10 years,
10 years.
before you,
Right.
yeah. I mean, the watch, you won't have the Apple Watch for 10 years.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
So,
and there's
it's
also a family share plan. If your kids have
That's
them,
right.
your spouse has them, so it's not $80 a person in your
Right.
family. Plus, there's a bunch of free features that you don't have to subscribe to. Basically, a full free diving watch records
but
that data as well.
It's also perfect for those, cruise ship divers. They go on a cruise ship once a year, and they just want to go diving when they're in the cruise. They just pay for the daily or that week. You know, like $10, and that's it. You have a computer whenever you need it.
Yeah. Now it's
awesome.
Easy to use, meaning jump in the water. You can have it automatic water activated. So next thing you know, boom, it's recording your dive. It is made for recreational diving. It was important that Nick wanted me to mention this. It's recreational use.
Absolutely.
They don't want you to use this beyond recreational depths and technical diving. Now, a lot of people would be like, well, what does that mean? It means it wants you to stay inside your no deco limit, which basically means, in simple terms, you can go to the surface at any time, at any point in your dive without stopping. Remember, a safety stop is an added layer of cushion. So it's for no deco diving, right? Now,
That's right.
It will continue if for some reason, I asked this question, you're at 130 feet and you drop down for a second to 132 feet. You're on a wreck and you just happen to drop down for a second. It's going to keep track of your deco time that is needed. So it's not going to basically say, well, too bad. We have no idea how long now it's going to take you to get to the surface.
Yeah,
but it is not.
Warning on there is at 145.
Okay, so even deeper. So that's pretty nice. And
So,
then, so remember that. Now,
there's a question that came up, and I want to bring it up because it's the question I had, and I think a lot of people have is, will it ever have air integration? And are there any accessories coming up for Oceanic Plus?
And we'll get to those accessories. Right now, it's not air integrated. But one thing to keep in mind is it does give us some decompression information. It's the depth that's the issue, more so than the getting some decompression information. But as we said, it is recreational orientated. Now, the watch itself is the first adventure sport watch to be rated to the WR100. So the watch is actually water resistance or waterproof, what they say, to 100 meters. It's just the dive app functionality is to the recreational limit, like we were talking about. So keep that in mind. But we do have some accessories coming out with the watch. You know, as you guys saw, this watch is very intuitive. You got all these features that come packed with it by just downloading the Oceanic Plus app. Like I said, it's going to work as a free diving watch, as a snorkeling watch. It's going to get these people out there to try the watch that have it. And also it's going to have the potential with millions of people that have something that can go in the water to grow the dive industry. That's one thing that people don't realize. This is the first watch also to reach the or to meet and exceed the EN 13319 standard, which is the CE standard for a depth gauge and timing device used in the dive industry. Apple putting this all together and wanting to get into this sport at the end of the day was going to choose a partner. And as Hewish Outdoors, we were excited that they worked with us to create this product and to work with it, because with Oceanic, we have a huge background in the diving industry. There's probably some people on here that might not be familiar with Bob Hollis. You know, we've just went over our 50-year anniversary of innovation and being a brand of Oceanic. Every day, every dive, that's what this brand is for. Provides modern, reliable, and easy to use dive equipment for recreational divers so they can focus on what matters the most to all of us, is exploring, getting out there, being underwater, enjoying that aspect of life. Oceanic's history of dive computers, they were the first to have a bar graph dive computer, the first to put air integration in, and the first hoseless air integration computer, and even the first head-up display, if you guys aren't familiar with some of that innovation. As far as the Apple Watch and air integration, no idea, but it would be a different one because you have to have a receiver in there. It wouldn't be this Ultra, maybe the Ultra 2 or 3 if they get to that step. But the current one does not, and it's just not an upgrade that's going to happen without some hardware changes.
You know, it's funny. I want you to mention though, what exactly Apple Watch do you have to buy for this?
The Apple Watch Ultra.
It's not old. The Apple Watch Ultra.
Yes.
Okay. So be sure you understand that it's not, if you download the software on your iPhone and you have an old Apple Watch, that's not going to work.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. It must be the Ultra. Correct.
The Ultra is made for this. It has special waterproof features. It's made to carry the application as well.
Greg, do you want to talk about the accessories coming up?
Let's see where we're at for slide wise. As I go through, there's the wheel on the side here that you can kind of see on the screen. That's what's scrolling through the settings and everything. So very intuitive of a status wheel.
Can you show them the compass? We're getting a lot of questions on the compass. In particular, I'm seeing people ask, can you lock in headings and so forth? I didn't play.
Yes, you can air mark a heading. I don't have the watch on me. It's going to be hard to show this, and I don't because I got asked to come in last minute here, guys, to cover. I don't foresee what slides are next in front of me. The compass was in the video, and if there's time back, I can go back to that video and talk when it's showing the compass, but it allows you to easily rotate and do a reciprocal heading as well on there. Visual alarms here. So you got your target depth alarm if you put it in, temperature, slow down on your scent. One of the favorite features for me diving the watch, first trip I took it on, I had 3 of my kids with me and my wife with me. I've been in the industry for 30 years as an instructor trainer. You are constantly watching other people, especially when they're new in the water. As I got into the safety stop depth, it has haptics on it. So you got a vibration on your wrist telling you, hey, look at me. I want to tell you something. So the haptics, that vibration and that alarm is fantastic. It's like, oh, I looked. Okay, hey, big thing says safety stop. Make sure, besides watching your kids, you're paying attention to yourself as well.
Really cool. Yeah, a lot of questions out there about, does this also work with Android? No, right now this is specific to the Apple Watch,
Correct.
Apple Ultra. Other comments are just talking a lot about ultimately building in GPS type features. That's the summary of a lot of the questions that I'm seeing, like you could mark where the boat was and somehow the compass will get you back to that. I could see that coming in the future. That could be future stuff.
Yeah, underwater integration of GPS is very complex. It's multiple receivers, etc. But the watch itself, as far as that GPS goes, it does record where you jumped off that boat and where you started your dive. So if you come up somewhere on a small island where the boat's just moored and there's not much current, you could set yourself back there. You can say, "Hey, I got to go back this way," but it marks your in and out, and that all goes into your phone afterwards. Especially if you're doing long river dives. I do a lot of river diving up in the Ontario area. They're marking their entry points, their exit points of their dives as they're learning to navigate their way around the river. All your logbook information you can share, with your friends. You can find
Really
those
nice.
spots again. You found something underwater you want to go back and look at. You can make sure you get to your same starting point and get yourself through there as well.
Really cool. And I agree. Dan Haskin made a comment for us olding people. I agree with it. It's super easy to read. And in general, I liked that. Again, I just played with it here on the surface. I don't want more information on my computer face than I really need in a particular dive, right? You don't want to be overwhelmed with so much information on your dive computer that you're like struggling to even read it. This is clear, big, as you saw in the video. You can kind of see it a little bit on the screen there. Here's the depth you're at. Here's your no deco time left on that compass. It's like right on the bottom, simple to navigate compass. It's just somebody thought out that very well, it looks like to me.
Yeah, you roll the reel down to the bottom, and that's where the compass is on there. And like as a new diver, people constantly want more and more information, and there comes a certain point in life where, like yourself, you say, "I just need the basics. Just tell me the depth."
You don't need it. It's all cool and all that, but you'll see when you get in a dive. And I always say that it's when you potentially, hope you never do, but if you have a problem, your brain isn't necessarily going to be able to focus as easy on a million things that your watch is then telling you. Just simple, dealing with a little problem. It could just be the problem is I got to dump a little air as I'm coming up and I want to watch my ascent rate at the same time. That's multitasking while you're diving, just that little bit. And for a new diver, that's a lot to handle. So you want simplicity.
Yeah.
This offers you that. I love it. I can't wait to dive it.
The logbook feature is incredible. Like we said, you got a graphical summary of the dive that you can easily scroll through and see. It's interactive. Press on any point as well to give yourself information, with the touch screen that we're sharing with by using that with an Apple product. And then you got your personal notes that you can add in, your visibility, your conditions, your current, the type of dive you're doing. There's places you can put in your buddy list. Keep all that stuff handy right there on our phone as we go. The logbook, very easy to scroll through to go back and look at dives in your history. That's the biggest thing is why do we have a logbook? Is to be able to go back and see these memories, to remember them. Some of them we want to repeat. So a nice, easy logbook feature of it that's accurate to keep track of.
And for those wanting to level up whatever agency you're going through, a lot of them require a certain amount of minimum dives for going to the next level. So you'll have accurate information on that. It went pretty quick through the dive planner mode, but the one that has, and I've never seen this before, location. First time I've ever seen where you can type in. So last night I was playing around with it and I typed in, I wonder how Molasses Reef right now is in Key Largo. And it was like 0.8 foot seas. So I was like, I want to go diving right now. It was like, this is good. This is the water temperature. You're wondering what kind of wetsuit do I need? It told me water temperature. It told me the seas. It told me a few different pieces of information that you would normally have to go offline and research. Right on the frigging dive planning mode on the watch. That was an awesome feature that I don't know if anybody else that has that on their dive computer.
Yeah, and 3 days worth of tidal charts. There's a lot of places around the world that are very heavily dependent on diving the tides.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Blue
yeah.
Herring
Blue Heron
Bridge.
yeah.
Right? Everybody loves Blue Herring Bridge dive. You don't want to dive that in low tide because you'll see nothing. It has to be high tide.
Yeah.
Boom. Type in Blue Herring Bridge when you get this,
It
and
sounds
they're just going to tell you exactly when to dive that dive and water temp and all that.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
I want to
feature.
keep going on the presentation because I also
Yeah.
want to get to the fins.
Yeah. When we're making our way through there, we're doing okay, I believe. One thing, we have our own watch face that you can easily sync to it, and that gives you these quick touch features. So if you download onto your Apple Watch Ultra, the Oceanic Plus watch face, you can just hit a button and see right there in the corner, what is your no time to fly? What is your surface time by glancing at it? And you can tap on it to explode it up in a little bit more detail as well. So it's downloaded in 92 countries so far. So it's becoming out there worldwide. In addition to that, we put a lot of languages in here. I think we have 19 languages currently onto the computer. So that makes it friendly worldwide as well. This is playing animation, so it's not letting me skip it. Trying though. There we go. So the whole Oceanic Plus is an ecosystem for you as a diver. We got other products that are going to come back and work with it, but it shares into the cloud, it shares into your phone and your watch. Numerous people, like I said, millions of people have Apple Watches. As long as they get the Apple Watch Ultra or they upgrade up to it, they'll have that. And then some of the features here that we have a boot and gauge coming out.
Oh,
So
cool.
you can just strap the
Awesome,
watch
yeah.
right into there, and you got your pressure gauge. So
Love
if,
that.
if you don't want to wear it on your wrist, say you forgot an extension strap, so you can't put it over your dry suit, you can slap it right into there. You're gonna have a pressure gauge too. It's not going to be that bulky. It's going to work out
That's
pretty
awesome.
nicely for you. You can get that in imperial or metric, which is really nice, and that should be out here in just a couple months in July.
Very nice.
Some additional silicone straps. I believe these fit all the Ultra watches up to 54 millimeter. It is 3/16 stainless steel on your clasps there, so we're not worried about corrosion as well. And these just slide in and click into place really easy. Push button release on them if you haven't changed the watch strap on the Apple. It works out
Yep.
very nice.
It's funny
for
they
you.
have pink but not orange. I
Yeah,
guess most
and they
people
have
prefer pink. That's
two
cool.
yellows and no orange. What's that about?
I mean,
Well,
we're pink
you
and
know,
orange,
Terrible.
but no,
I mean-
orange will come.
Orange is the new black. It's getting there, slowly but surely.
People are asking about the log syncing with other agencies' logs like SSI and so forth. SSI, I believe right now, just to in general, only syncs with the Mares dive computers.
That's right.
And no other ones. So, I'm just gonna answer that as a no right now.
Definitely not at this time. We never know what the future holds, but not at this time.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a QR code there that syncs to it as well. But one application, one account, one subscription for all your Apple devices. I'm going to jump ahead, but you see the camera housing here on the bottom. I don't know if we're going to see a picture of this on the next slide or not. But we got this new camera housing that's coming out this fall. It's pretty amazing. We took them on, we have a dealer event in February down in Cabo. So we had these down there, had, I don't know, 30 prototypes out there. Everyone had a fantastic time with them. It will also, the app on your phone will work with a depth sensor into the housing and give you, while you're taking your pictures, your depth and your time in front of you.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
And then
That's something I'm going to absolutely want for sure.
I mean, I don't know. If you're taking pictures long enough, you do find yourself chasing something, going somewhere where you shouldn't go, or just kind of waiting too long. And so having that information right in front of you on the back, and uses all the lenses and everything that the iPhone has to offer. You can toggle through it. So look forward to some more information on that coming out shortly.
When is that coming out?
I believe we're looking at August, September timeline.
Very cool.
So,
Nice.
but very, very comfortable to hold everything. I mean, it really, really worked. Slip.
Would it slide easily like into a dry suit pocket or some tech short pockets?
So when we were down there, we're going to be talking about Hollis shortly, but Nick and I were diving the 4.3 semi-dry, and I had no problem putting the camera in and out of that wetsuit pocket
Nice.
on there and pulling it out. So the straps are $39.95. The gauge and boot is going to be $174.95. And the gauge and boot, even though we're talking about Oceanic Plus and Apple, we had divers put other watches in there than the Apple product. So just for information of people, it's will fit more wrist computer dive watch styles than just the Apple Watch Ultra.
Got it.
Very, very cool. So people are asking about cost on that housing. A lot of interest on that housing.
175.
Man, I don't know it off the top of my head.
The housing.
The housing.
Yeah, the housing. So let's.
It's okay. I mean, you could.
Let's say plus or minus 100.
That's fine.
450, 500 plus or minus something. It's going to be somewhere around there.
Patrick Waters is saying $489.95.
See, there you go. I was
There
close.
you go.
Nick's sending me a text right now, so he's probably telling me what it is. I glance over here at my phone. 489. Yeah, so we're right there.
Yeah.
But that's
Love
a really
to test
cool,
one of those.
I'm gonna bring
product.
it to the Dive Talk meetup, and
Right.
I'm happy
I
to
hope-
let people try it. If you're out there and you want to try my
I hope they can
Apple
hook us
Ultra?
up with a couple prototypes so we can test them.
Yeah, I kept
For
trying to
real, I
lose mine, but
Yeah,
then
we
they
need to.
kept coming and saying, "No, Greg, it's in your wetsuit pocket." I'm like, "That's someone else's."
they'll hook us up. We'll have some. to
Yeah, they'll take
share,
care of you guys.
I think.
Nick's watching.
So cool. Hey, so
All right, let's talk about the XL fins.
Yeah, so XL fins. These fins are incredible. If you haven't had a chance to use them, they're very lightweight for travel. I travel with them all the time. I mean, I'm doing closed circuit rebreather courses to 100 meters using these fins in the islands, just because they fit super light. I can travel with them. I can pack all my gear. I'm not getting massive luggage fees on them. Have a nice coloring of colors except for orange. Before you say it, I'll preempt you. But the white, the pink, the yellow, the sea foam is really nice, and we have a 30% off promo going right now.
That's right.
So it's dealer facing there, so they should be on the Drift website for everyone watching the show. And
Yep. So $76.95 for these fins.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Really
They're
reasonable.
really reasonable. The silicone strap is easily adjustable. You just move it from one post to the next on there, so you can fine tune it to yourself. But definitely a nice colorful fin for spring here.
Have you done some back flutter kicking in them?
You can easily back kick in them, not
Nice.
flutter. You can back kick. You can frog kick in them.
I meant
Yeah, back kick.
back kick, not
Yeah.
flutter.
But they will
Good.
work for a flutter kick just fine. Not my
Okay.
style, but they work just fine for that as well.
Same.
Okay,
Great.
so let me see if I'm going to run out of slides. Maybe. All right, so that's going to take me back up to the front. So, any questions that you guys want to read to me in the comments or anything? Because that was the end of my slides for this one.
Yep. Let's see. I'm a lot of questions on the watch itself. So let me look at it. We're scrolling through your questions. Give us a second
Sure.
here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pause that video, but while we're talking, if the audio is not too loud, I can get to that video again, maybe. Oh,
Yeah, I think it would be helpful to go through the video again and maybe just stop. A lot of people had question on the compass, so just stop on that for a second. People
Yeah.
seem to.
Come on. It keeps bouncing out here. See if I can just get to that and play it from here.
A lot of people saying they love their axle fins.
Welcome to
Very
Oceanic,
cool.
the world's first dive computer app for your Apple Watch Ultra. Oceanic has been a leading innovator in scuba diving for over 50 years, including developing some of the first dive computers. Today, our new Oceanic Plus app allows your Apple Watch Ultra to be used as a scuba diving computer, creating the ultimate underwater experience. Whether you're an experienced diver or are thinking of taking your first scuba course, Oceanic Plus is here to provide you with all the dive data you need on the bright screen of your favorite device. Not a diver? Oceanic Plus is also great for tracking your snorkeling adventures. Finally, an app that takes full advantage of all the built-in capabilities of your Apple Watch Ultra. Preparing for your
Scrolling
next
down
dive
here,
trip
here's
has
your
never been
compass,
easier.
guys.
Before each
Oh,
dive day,
yeah, it doesn't
you can
really
access
spend
the
much
innovative
time on the
dive planner
compass.
on your device.
So unfortunately, guys, it really didn't give much time on the compass there. It just jumped right over it.
Yeah. It's all good. We saw a glimpse of it, but what we have 5 minutes left. So I want to make sure everyone is in for the giveaway, and we're giving
Yeah,
away
we're gonna give away 2 pairs of those
2
XL
pairs
fins.
of Axel fins. 2, not 2 fins, 2 pairs.
Let's do it.
One person
All right.
gets the right, the other gets the left fin.
We got to bring Tim back in so we can give some fins away.
Come on in, Tim.
All right. Let's see. So Mike was telling me you guys were unable to see the wheel on the last one. Are you guys seeing it now?
No.
You're still not seeing it? Okay.
Do I need to stop sharing or something on my end?
I don't think so. Let me try sharing a new screen here.
People are asking for the link again.
All right. Give me a second here. Let's try sharing another window. What's up? What's going on? All right. Do you see the wheel now?
No.
We do not.
That's unfortunate.
Well, they're going to have to trust you.
Yeah, let's see. There's
Trust in Tim? I don't know about that.
All right, how else can we do this? Let's think this one through. So
I see you posted the link in the chat.
I think it's probably showing a different screen.
yeah, let me check YouTube real quick. Let's see if it's playing on there. Yeah, it's just showing an empty box. That is okay. All right. So let me hide that guy.
People are saying they trust you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. I got Mark keeping me honest here next to me too. All right, so the winner of the pair of fins here. Let's see, we've got 2 pairs of Excel fins. 95 games in this first in this second round.
Whoa. Your
Something
microphone
happened
quality
to your mic.
went away.
There you are. We got you back.
All right, Andy Snyder.
Andy Snyder.
We'll be reaching out to you to get your size and the color of those XL fins. Let's go ahead and give away another pair.
Let's do it.
Funny. Trust but verify. That's funny, Brian. Good comment.
All right, Lauren Clement.
Lauren
Clement. Thanks, Mike.
Bye.
And
Is Lauren in there or something? That was Mike.
Everybody
That
can
was
hear, I
Mike.
think. Good. Yeah, they can hear.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to Andy and Lauren for the pair of Axel fins. I hope you enjoy it. They are super lightweight, as we talked about. So we appreciate that. And we appreciate all the questions about the Oceanic Plus app. I only had one experience so far, and it was good.
Yeah, and I literally set mine up last night. 5 minutes to set it up, maybe another 5 minutes or 10 minutes to go through every feature that it had. It's super intuitive. Very cool. I think it's going to be quite big.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that new camera housing, we were all talking about it here as you guys were discussing it too. I mean, that's just very, very unique to have a computer built right into it. So we're looking forward to that too.
So basically the camera housing, just slide your iPhone in.
Yeah, and it's
On the
a
computer.
It's awesome. It does an automatic pressure test. So you shut it down, lock it in. It's you don't have to have a hand pump that you forgot at home or anything else. It has the vacuum pump in it to do the test. I don't want to give away all the cool features so we get a chance to talk about it later, but
We can watch movies during Deco. Yes.
yeah, you know, depending on what kind of movies you watch, but sure.
What?
No, I don't know. You can watch back your videos that you took.
Oh, okay.
No, but you could definitely play music. I mean, the sound travels great.
Yeah, those
I
housings.
I use a housing right now for my iPhone, but it's not. I think yours is going to be really, really the one to go to.
All right, Greg, should we talk about Hollis?
Yeah, is the screen up? Does it say Hollis right there?
Let's see
I
here.
don't see your screen. No.
Let's see.
Yeah, not really.
All right.
There's a blank
There's like a
screen on the
little
bottom
gibberish.
right, like nothing on it.
All right. Let's see. Let me get the other slide maybe to stop sharing. Nope. Where is the share setting again? Over here. Let's just redo it. So here's this one.
I just want to go diving right now.
Whoop,
Yeah.
So all we're doing is talking about dive gear. I want to.
That's the Oceanic present.
All right,
There
we
we
can
go.
see Hollis now.
Hollis.
Well, you're saying Hollis. I'm saying Oceanic on my end. Hang on.
Yeah.
There it is. All right.
Yeah.
Still there?
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so switching gears a little bit from the Oceanic parent company that is, very orientated to the recreational diver. I'm going to switch to Hollis, equipment with no limits that can be for a recreational diver, but built for the technical diver in mind. A couple of years ago, we launched our Katana 2. Not for sure if everyone's familiar with this as a side mount harness. It has a lot of unique features to it.
It does.
Here's a nice color version of it for you. I believe it's going to take me through the slides here on some of the features. So one of the things on this is it's really a one-size-fits-all BC. And one thing that a lot of people don't see that you can stretch it out on the torso is this quick fit system. So it has a MOLLE system on there, so you can move the waistline up and down about 6 to 8 inches on there. So it'll fit a very small diver as well as a much taller diver. And it only takes a minute at most to fine tune this to the individual. So it's really a nice part of it.
Yep.
We have 20-pound weight capacity that is built in behind the quick fit system and underneath, so it's easy to trim out, suitable for warm and cold water divers.
Yep.
And your upper pull down is easy one-hand operation. You can release that. It's tucked in on the underneath, so it's protected from the overhead environment. A lot of people that are side mount diving because they want to go through some low profile systems where you may have some abrasion happening on the top. Last thing you want to do is have your pull dump shattered, and then also your BC is incapable of holding air and has no buoyancy to it whatsoever. So really good placement on that, really good design, really easy to reach for the diver. There's going to be a video or just a picture of it in the water, trimmed out nicely here, tanks in line, harness in line, diver moving through the cave system.
Beautiful.
Oh, look, that's orange on his helmet and his fins.
Good style.
Is that a sidewinder? I think that is a sidewinder, actually. I see the
Yeah.
scrubbers.
So the when we built the Katana 2, we worked with them, and it actually has attachment points for the Sidewinder, and the Gemini fits in there now as well. But it was built specifically to put those on there to attach them in a good spot to make them workable. So it was the first side mount harness on the market that worked with the CCR manufacturer to incorporate their product specifically to it.
Yep.
All right, it comes with the rigging kit when you buy it as a package. So you buy the BC, it's in there. You don't have to go out and find some more rigging. And it also can convert from a traditional Y style harness that curves to an H mount harness. Just a little fit on the waist strap for individualization of the person. Some people's body size and shapes fits one better than the other. So the hardware's in there. You can play around with what is going to fit you the best. Moving on from the Katana 2, we got our Neotech. It's not showing that. The Neotech was originally designed in a 7/8, so cold water, semi-dry wetsuit. The hood is attached to it, and it has 2 pockets on both sides. A lot of people want pockets on a wetsuit, and not many people are offering that as a stock feature. So now you have both of them. It's very comfortable, and after having that on the market for so long, and some people telling us it's just a little too warm when you go colder, we recently launched the Neotech 4.3. Very comfortable suit. Nick and I was diving this suit. I was telling you in Cabo, I was hiding my camera in those pockets that you saw there without a problem. They easily fit in there. Very comfortable. I've been using the suit in all my warm water trips right now, teaching rebreather classes in Bonaire year round. Just incredibly comfortable at any depth there.
Lucky.
So have either you guys tried the semi-dry yet? The Neotech?
Not the
No.
Neotech, no.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, that's one thing you should ask Nick for, because it's an exceptional product. I have my daughters diving this in Lake Superior. They're little tiny girls, and I'm too cheap to buy them dry suits while they're growing. Same with my boys. But they never complained. We went out Lake Superior shore diving, picking up some agates on the North Shore, and they had a blast. Never said a word to me that they were uncomfortable.
All right. Well, Nick's
Nice.
watching, so I'll send you my size later, Nick.
Come on.
There you
No,
go.
it looks really nice. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are saying they've tried it in the comments, and it's super tough, and that your customer service is just phenomenal. We're getting a lot of really positive comments about you guys.
Fantastic. And the Neotech has a spring promo itself going on right now, where it's 20% off.
Beautiful.
That is on the Dress website. You can get up there. We have good stock at either size of these suits in both thicknesses, the 4.3 or the 8.7. So that runs to the end of May. So, there's quite a good value in this suit for someone that maybe doesn't want to make that step to a dry suit, but needs a little bit more. By far, it's the way to go. Occasionally we get people in warm water that don't want the hood on the 4.3 at different times of year. When I find it's warm, I just roll it back. It doesn't choke me. I just pull it right off my head and say, I don't need this right now. And then during the dive, if I want it on, I can pull it back up.
Yeah, we'll define warm. So warm for me is bottom temp needs to be needs to be above 88, because I'm saying the bottom temp where I'm born and raised and diving in Fort Lauderdale it could be solid 89, and I'm okay in 89. But unless it's above 88, there's no way I could survive a dive without a hood built in.
So
It's freezing.
Yeah, there's that's very warm, depending on where people come from. Right now, I was in the water this morning, and it was 45 degrees here. I'm out in Ohio at Gilboa Quarry. So
yikes.
What were your dry suit?
So a DX 300.
Yeah. I will say though, because I forgot to say this on the previous presentations, if you buy this or anything else from Dive Right In Scuba, you can use the promo code Dive Talk and you just get free stickers.
Nice.
There's no discount or anything, no kickbacks to us or anything. I just wanted to give people free stickers. So, but you have to mention Dive Talk.
What if I just say Dive Talk? You gonna mail me some stickers?
You have to buy from Dive Right In.
I mean,
Not a
hey,
problem.
we can talk. There's a couple of your products there that I'm interested in.
Yeah,
Call.
Absolutely.
Okay, so guys, to the end of this month, you can get right in on the Dive Right In Scuba website. That discounts there. It should already be linked in for everyone. So it's a hell of a suit for the money. You got your 8.7 at $540, your 4.3 at $440 for a semi-dry suit that really has value and warmth and comfort based on if you're in the Midwest or if you're in the South, what type of thickness that you want, or if you're in the South and you just get cold. That 8.7 is really going to take your game to the next level.
Nice. Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
We also have systems in our rooms here.
Okay.
So before Nick wanted me to mention that Neotech comes in a 3XL, so it does fit people 6'4", 260-ish pounds. So they do make them pretty large suits as well as down to that extra small range.
Yeah, I've seen some Hollis wings that are like they can lift a full-grown bull. I mean, they're massive, some of these.
Okay, so we redesigned the stainless steel plates last year. If you can see those on the picture here, because I don't know what's going to come next in the slides. I'm just kind of going with it here.
Okay.
There's some really nice cutouts. They're 6 pounds negative. They're a little bit thicker. So even though they cut out the material, they made the plate a little bit thicker. So you got some hand points to grab your stuff, move it around. We've always had nice tie-in points on that. But we ship it to the dealer assembled now. The ST system is going to be your stainless plate with a 22 or a 35 wing and a solo harness. Your ST Elite system has our Elite 2 harness on it. And then we have the double tank system with the solo harness and different wing options as well, which I believe are going to be showing up here. Solo harness, for those that aren't familiar, just a one-piece webbing. We give you enough D-rings on there so you can double them up or put a single one on the chest, whichever your configuration is. And the wing is in a 50-pound lift wing, or we have a dual 45-pound lift wing. So depending on if you're a wetsuit diver, you want dual rings, or you're diving in a dry suit, then you got your single wing with your doubles, easily capable of handling 130s without worrying about it. So I dive that wing quite a bit on doubles and on my rebreather. It's a very nice shape. A little extra lift on the bottom. You can kind of see on the screen there, the bottom's a little larger than the top. So it helps keeps you nice and flat in the water and keeps your tail from dragging while you're diving.
That's what I dive on my Spirit. My kid's Spirit is a dual wing from Hollis.
Nice.
They're great.
Yeah, I think that's the standard build on the Spirit.
No, it's a single, but I upgraded to the dual.
Oh, you switched it to the dual?
Yeah,
okay.
because I dive mainly wet, so I don't have the secondary inflation solution. So I wanted
on the Spirit. Yeah,
on the Spirit.
All the Spirits are on the Hollis. So
yeah.
Okay, so with this systems, so we have a spring promo. That's consumer discount, 20% off, again, till the end of May. It says April 21st to May, so it is currently running. Whether you want the dual 45, the 50, and pair it with a HT2 harness to receive the automatic discount, it's 20% off on the website. So you guys can jump onto the Dive Right In website and take care of that as well.
Awesome.
Next, we have our flagship regulator, the LX200 with the DCX on it. Very sharp looking regulator, swivel turret. You can put 5 low pressure ports on it. There's 2 high pressure ports, so you can configure it in any orientation you want for back mount or side mount tanks.
nice.
Beautiful.
We do have some people that like to rotate this from right to left hand. And that is, this regulator is configurable that way. If you're not savvy, you really want to go into your dealer to do this. But here's a nice little video clip showing the simplicity of making the rotation from changing the breathing tube path for you and just moving it from one side to the next.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'd be pausing every step of the way. That's how I
Right.
change that configuration. Pause, wait,
Go to your
pull
dealer.
that part out. Pause, wait,
Back.
pause,
Do
wait.
it again.
Yep, back. Okay, that part, that piece. And there would be some piece left over, typically, if I do it. And I'd be like, yeah, I don't think I need it.
You're good enough for who it's for.
I don't need a diaphragm.
Hey. Now that looks great. It is really good looking too. I think it's sharp.
Well, it's like our BOVs are Hollis.
Yeah,
They look
they're great.
Yeah, so all of this can be done. This switch from side to side. You don't need any special tools. That's one of the key features of it. And because you're not changing any of the adjustment orifices, you don't have to recalibrate the reg when you flip it from side to side as well. So just one thing, as long as all the components were switched properly, there's no recalibration done.
Awesome.
So many good comments about you guys' customer service. It's really nice to hear that.
Somebody's asking, Greg, do Hollis wings still have internal bungees?
So the 45 dual and the 50 that you saw there do not.
Okay.
Yep. Any other good questions yet?
Is there the discount's not on the smaller wing, or is it also on the smaller wing?
It was on. I don't think it's on the single tank wings. The discount was on the dual, on the dual setup there.
There you go. All right, just answering that question.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm just reading. They're saying if you could make the presentation window bigger.
Yeah, Tim.
So Tim and I guess that's on your end. Just some
Yeah.
people are making comments about that.
on my end or on Tim's end?
No, that was Tim.
I think that's on
Okay.
Tim's. Just for the future. That's good to
I'm,
hear.
I'm seeing the full screen on my side. I can't go
There
any
you
bigger.
There you go. There you go. I'm sure that's a lot easier for people to see. Let's see. Yep. Cool. Yeah, the Katana 2, that's featured up there. That thing is amazing for side mount. I mean, like you said, everything is just exactly where you would want it. One of my favorite features of the Katana 2. Look at where they have the D-rings on the back. I don't know about all you other side mount divers, but it's really hard for my little short arms to reach way down underneath, especially when you got big tanks wrapped around it and on a rebreather, and reach reels that are way down low, like by the lower clip. So it's really easy to reach those on your back. That is a super nice feature. And it is very adjustable because I'm pretty small. I'm like 5'8", 138 pounds, and Ed Sorensen adjusted that thing to fit me and fit many big
And it fits
people as
Ed,
well.
who's a little taller than you.
It fits Ed, whose muscles are thicker than my entire waist. So
Yeah.
yep.
People are asking if there are any discounts currently on the regulators.
No, we do not have any discounts on the regulators right now.
Okay.
That first stage is beautiful, man. Look at that thing.
Yeah, I think those are all the questions that we have so
That's all we got
far.
right now. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of comments, but not so many
No
questions.
questions.
Just the people love the BCs, they so forth and so on. So lots of good positive comments for you.
I think we're getting to the end of the slides here. Yeah, that was the end of the slide there. So let me just pop that one back up if I can on there.
So I am.
This was a little earlier, so we got some conversation.
Personally,
sure. Yeah.
Okay, so personally, I dive a semi-dry suit with pockets. It's not a Hollis, but I love. Some people were commenting about that advantage of having pockets, because if you're diving wet or semi-dry, I always had to wear like those tech shorts on top of it just so I can have the pockets. Man, they're annoying, right? So the fact that built-in pockets come in the wetsuit are awesome. Like, it's just so great to have. So I love that feature. And most importantly, the one thing I really love about this suit is that we're giving one away in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna
unbelievable.
We're gonna give one away, and whoever wins it can choose if they want the 4.3 or the 8.7, and obviously
What?
their size. Yep.
And you said you wear the 8.7, right? A lot of
I wear the 4.3 when I'm south, and up home I dive a DX 300.
Okay, so the 4.3, what water temps do you wear that in?
So I want to be above like 55 degrees, and that's actually going to keep me pretty comfortable there. Surprisingly, I mean, we were in Cabo, and the water was around 50, and Nick and I did a couple 1-hour dives in them. I mean, the 4.3 is really well, up, and then the water's in the 80s in Bonaire, and I'm not overheating. I'm very comfortable the whole time.
So what would you say the 8.7 would be water temps for you?
The 8.7, I would easily take that in Lake Michigan right now. That's going to be about 33 degrees.
Wow, really? I would like to jump. I want to try that. I would like, for me, because I'm always freezing cold, just to see what that would be like for me.
Yeah. When I had my daughters in Lake Superior, and they're little girls,
yeah,
our water temp, I believe, was 44, and they
were
complain.
fine.
They did not complain one bit.
Ooh, I don't know what that says about me.
Well, I mean, you think people who dive in cave country in 72-degree water are out of their mind if they're wet. Yeah, out of their mind.
I don't know how you do it.
So it all depends on the length of the dive, what they're used to. I mean, there's a difference. Someone going in the water for an hour versus someone going in for 2 or 3.
Yeah, for sure. And most of the cave dives are 2 or 3.
Yeah,
but really, that's interesting just to hear. Though I didn't want to give my perspective because there's some abnormalities going on here, but not with you. You're sound like you don't have my issues.
I mean, don't get me wrong. My first choice is a dry suit in the cold water temperature. That's why I have one. But if I had to get in the water, I'd get in the water and be all right.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
All right.
Okay, so let's bring the guys back. Tim,
Yep.
apparently we found a low key solution to show this wheel.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
So bring it back, guys. There he goes. We have a low tech solution here.
I
Just
love
a
low
little
tech.
iPad on
The
screen.
low tech.
Low tech is my way. Yes. Awesome.
All right, guys. So for the Neo Tech giveaway,
Oh my god, we didn't enter. We should have. All right, go ahead.
Look at that thing.
Spinning and
It's gonna
stop.
come up Nick Hollis.
can we
It
see
says
it?
Eric something. Emily what?
Susterick.
Emily Susrick.
Emily Susterick.
Emily,
Emily, congratulations.
Wow, amazing suit.
you get your choice.
Yeah.
4387. I don't know. Oof, I'd go for the 87.
That's right.
Even in warm water, though. That's my problem.
Congratulations,
That's awesome.
Emily. Great prize. Thank you, Hollis, of course, for giving that away and for so many promotions. Really like the fact that there's so many stuff on sale up until the end of May through Dive Right In Scuba. And don't forget, use code Dive Talk to get stickers and
Yeah.
other stuff. Mike Peterson from Dive Right In said, I'll throw some other stuff in.
You had me at Hollis. And I
All right.
think the comments speak to that, right? I mean, a well-known brand, incredible customer service, really thinks out their products carefully. And you're going to love being in your new, I'm jealous a little bit, semi-dry.
That's awesome.
All right, guys. Well, enjoy the products that are out. I appreciate you having me here, and I look forward to talking to you guys again soon when we have that camera housing coming out.
Yes.
Thanks,
I can't
Greg.
wait to use it.
All right. Take care.
See you later. Great presentation. All right. So,
Awesome.
man,
Great
there's
to,
so many great products, aren't there?
Oh,
My problem is every time I hear one and I see that, I'm like, I'm switching to that. I'm like, I want that.
I want to go down.
But I got to tell you right now that camera housing one, I mean, I just love the convenience of the iPhone takes really amazing photos underwater.
Yeah.
And it's so simple because it's already on your phone, the photographs or videos. You don't have to do any kind of transfer later or whatever.
Mhm.
And then you already have the million built-in apps on the iPhone to adjust the quality. And then I immediately upload them to Facebook. And you're done. So that's going to be super cool. And now to build the dive computer in right next to it, right? All at the same time. There's my computer. There's my phone. That is going to be a hot product.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's really
And
cool.
Speaking of hot products, Santi's up next.
Oh, I love it.
You use their heated undergarments, right?
Thanks to Tim, who walked me through how to connect it with my Bear dry suit. That baby will keep you so warm, even without plugging in the battery. The undergarments themselves are amazing.
Yeah.
But I'll just start off by saying, you saw me dive it in that mine dive with you, and you were like,
ridiculous.
is that smoke coming out of your back?
Right.
And I'm like, yes, it is.
It's amazing.
Remember that experience with me, Tim? Yeah.
Yeah, I certainly do.
I love it.
You know, I am like you, Woody, in the fact that I am the coldest guy living in Chicago area, diving these cold waters. So I
Why,
am
though?
never without heated everything. Head to
Yes.
toe.
Well, why
You know what
though?
I mean?
It's a free country. Like, just move to South Florida. What are you all doing?
Because there's some
Yeah.
unbelievable stuff in the Great Lakes. So I did the Great Lakes diving, but you know, it's really, really cold for us Floridians. But with that Santi, when I dove it, your full body heated garment is the one I bought. I think it was the medium thickness one, along with the heated gloves. Simple, just plug those two plugs in. And here's the thing, Tim, when I'm diving in cave country, 72-degree water, I don't always use the undergarment, but I never have to change the valve. I mean, you just have one little extra plug. It's not intrusive in any way. So I don't ever have to change that. I never changed the plug. And we'll talk about it in a second when you talk about the configuration that you have to do with the main valve. And it doesn't matter what kind they have, whatever kind you need to basically be able to get the battery to connect to the internal garment. And it's so easy to do. I mean, I did it. So
Yeah.
It
And
certainly is.
and although you have a very, very good experience with heated undergarments, Santi makes great dry suits too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Tim, can you talk to us about what are the options when it comes to Santi dry suits? Let's start with that and then move inwards with the
So
undergarments.
I'm gonna start off with the best promotion, maybe one of the best promotions of this show. So
Oh.
Santi called us this morning. Something came up at the factory. They were unable to get on here. I quickly put together a Santi setup here. And I love Santi. I mean,
Yeah.
some of the best dry suits and undergarments available. But
Mhm.
because they were unable to make the show, we have the best, in my mind, and Woody would say too, promotion. We're giving away a heated
No.
Flex 2.0
No.
and
I bought mine.
a dry suit undergarment package from Avatar.
That's
This
okay,
is the best.
y'all. Seriously, this is the
This is the giveaway.
best heated undergarment you're gonna get. That is the giveaway you want.
That's right.
So here's
my
my ask
goodness.
to everybody watching. Do me a solid and share this. Throw your love for Santi, because obviously we love him, and things happen. You can't make it, no big deal. We're quick on our feet to make things work for the show. But
Absolutely.
Yeah.
let's get some names in the giveaway here. So that'll be a Santi heated Flex 2.0, and a separate winner will get an Avatar dry suit undergarment package. Crazy value for someone. And I got to tell you, for the guys diving Florida like you, the Avatar is a great dry suit because it's breathable. So when it's 100 degrees outside, but you're jumping into 70-degree water for 4 hours, at least you're dry. And that excess body heat could escape the scoot and
Wow.
and
Very
keep you
cool.
comfortable.
Really
I mean,
nice.
I don't know if I have the body to be like a dry suit model or whatever, but
You don't.
Santi, if you, that's
No,
why
yours
I-
it's not bad. I mean, I'm just saying.
all right.
I heard that as a question, and I was given. I think you said, Woody, do I have the body to be
All
a
right.
Santi dry suit model? And my answer was honest.
Well,
No.
the I don't even know what to say, but the link to the giveaway is now on the chat. So make sure you
Okay.
enter the giveaway because these prices are ridiculous. They're awesome.
Yeah.
This is super expensive stuff, and listen,
And
I
extremely good.
did massive research. Remember, Tim, how many I drove you nuts about which one of these dry suit heated undergarments and systems and battery size and everything should I get? I looked at everything, and this is the one I came to for many, many reasons.
Yeah,
I love
and
it.
and if it's okay with you guys, I definitely want to touch base on heated undergarments, but I'd like to first step with maybe you're a viewer that is interested in a dry suit. What makes Santi different? So let's kind of start at the
Great.
ground level there.
Cool.
Let's do
So
it.
the suits that I brought out for you today are the most popular Santi build, which is the Elite Plus. But just like anybody, you've got different requirements depending on the type of diving you're doing. So you guys are pretty hard on your gear, I take it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's like you need the most durable suit available. So the E-Light material, which is a very heavy duty ripstop nylon, they offer the E-Light in the entire build of the dry suit. So if I need a good flexible dry suit material and a very durable material that's good for abrasion and caves and wrecks and that kind of thing, I can get the E-Light throughout the entirety of the suit.
Okay.
Now let's say you're a little rough on stuff, but you still want to have better flexibility. So the E-Light Plus actually has a softer, more flexible material throughout the front of the torso, throughout the armpits, to make it easier for doing those valve drills. It's not as thick and restrictive there.
Yeah.
Also, back of the legs, that lighter weight, more flexible material. So you're not, who needs a ton of durability on the back of the leg area? Not the average person. So keep that light, flexible, offering us a great blend, right? And that's really why the E-Light does so well, or the E-Light Plus does so well. But let's say you need even more durability than the E-Light material. Santi also offers the Enduro, and the Enduro is a crazy thick Cordura dry suit from head to toe. This thing is bulletproof, and it's one of the first suits they came out with. So if you're really, really, really hard on your equipment, go with the most durable option. Go with the Enduro. Um,
Nice.
yeah, and let's say we're not that diver. You know, I'm the diver going to the quarry, diving, you know, an open wreck, not really doing any type of penetration and things, and I want something that maybe can travel a little bit easier. Well, they have that suit covered too. That's the E-Motion and the E-Motion Plus. So the E-Motion is a soft, thin ripstop nylon. Kind of reminds me of a thick tent material. So, you know, great for abrasion resistance. I mean, it just slides right off when it's minor things here and there. But yeah, you know, something that's definitely lighter weight and easier to travel with. So they've got your whole line covered.
Yeah. So for like, what would you say for standard cave diving? You know, you're going to be going through some restrictions, but not something ridiculous. Or and wreck diving, you know, you're going to rub up against some stuff at times. Those are fine. The lighter one is fine. It's durable enough.
Yeah, I mean, for light abrasions, I wish I had my rental here that's been in the demo fleet now for 5 years, because I think that really shows how well it does. Is you know, a brand new open water diver diving that suit every weekend, the suit looks fantastic. Yeah, there's some, you know, minor scratches and things, but it does okay. But if you're the guy that's gonna beat it up a little bit, then, you know, we step it up in the thickness of Tri-Lam. And so we might as well just kind of get into it. So another thing that's really unique about Santi is the fit. So they, I think we've all been with somebody or know somebody that's had a bad fitting dry suit. Maybe even it's been yourself if your suit was down. So fit is crucial, and they allow us at Santi to do a modified stock size. And Woody, you and I were going through this when we were looking at your undergarment even.
Yes.
So we take your, you know, we take your measurements, we do it over Zoom. You know, we have a friend help. We've got some great videos to help you along with that. So you take your measurements, we then plug it into a Santi calculator, and it just color codes it all for us. Hey, this is what the recommendation is. And we can modify, let's say, like me, I'm a tall, skinny guy. Well, I need smaller chest. I need a slightly longer floor to crotch measurement. I need slightly shorter arm length. You know, whatever it is, we can modify that and get you a custom like suit for no additional cost. And really
huge.
Yeah, there's no other manufacturers doing that. What do we have to do? It's like, all right, you're just going to get a made to measure dry suit, or you're going to get a stock suit and deal with the deficiencies of that fit due to it being stock.
Yeah, I don't want to even make light of that. It's not kind of important that your dry suit fits you. I would say amazing.
Yeah.
It's game changer. A dry suit has to fit you perfectly.
Yeah.
Or you're just going to have problems with the dry suit. I've done that. I've had dry suits not fit me perfectly, and guess what? I come out wet. I might as well wear a wetsuit. I had a nice wetsuit.
Very expensive wetsuit.
Just, and you can't move. You got excess material flapping all over. It's hard to get in. Just make sure whatever dry suit you're going to get, which I think the Santi one, unfortunately now I want it as well. Yeah, I mean, get one like this, man, where they can make that thing fit you. And they are really, really nice. I've looked at these Santis.
You mentioned you want a Santi dry suit, and they have this amazing promotion. I feel like we should talk about it because people are thinking about the dry suits. Yeah,
all right, let's do it.
Go ahead, Tim.
All right. So again, Santi, unable to make the show today. They are giving away a dry suit, an Avatar dry suit and undergarment package. You just got to fill out the form that my colleague is going to post in the comments here. We're also giving away a Heated Flex 2.0 at the end of the presentation. It is a heated undergarment, going to keep anybody warm.
It's amazing. That's what I have.
So great promotion.
But also the free platinum warranty, right? We're talking free platinum warranty with the suit, Santi Elite or Elite. Is it Elite or Elite?
Tomato is how I look at it, right?
I mean, it's Elite,
cool. All right. I think
Elite Plus and Emotion Plus, all of those free platinum warranty.
Yeah, so something
dive right in.
Something unique that Dive Right In Scuba does is we offer additional warranty package that's be able to cover all the maintenance on your dry suit. And so from now until Friday, we're offering on our Elite Plus, our Emotion Plus, we're going to cover the suit head to toe with that platinum warranty. So let's just kind of go through it, right? So when we're buying a dry suit, you get the choice of your zipper. So if we want metal or plastic, more flexible being the plastic option, maybe a little bit more durable on the metal option. That zipper replacement, what, $400 or $500? Well, that's covered under the warranty with Dive Rain and Scuba. So that's a great value. Same thing with your seals, right? If you bust a seal, you know, we can go with glue-on latex, glue-on neoprene, or a seal system. And seal systems allow us to use, I don't know if you can get a good shot of that there, but seal systems allow us to use silicone seals and then change out the seal in the field.
That's what I have. Very nice.
Yep.
It's amazing.
So it is really just as easy as getting to the inside of the dry suit, grabbing onto the seal. There's a retaining ring that holds it in.
Look at that.
Pop in a new seal. There's a little cookie cutter guy. You just roll it right back into place, and then you're back on the dive.
Same with the wrists.
Yeah, same with the wrists. And so Santi, this started a few years ago, but they have been doing the Santi Smart Seal wrist seal system on every one of their dry suits, included right off the bat. So I'm going to use this red guy. So this is the Smart Seal system, and it's a semi-flexible, replaceable seal system. It has that inner ring, which allows us to easily change the seal. And this has got the cardboard because this is a brand new suit. So semi-flexible, we got the outer ring.
Nice.
And we got our seal. You pop that back in, and then you're ready to go. For those of you that are diving around us, diving in cold water, well, we need a dry glove to go with it. And let's see if I can show it here. So the dry glove rings, called the Smart Gloves. You can attach latex, which is what we would prefer or recommend. It's a lot easier to install it. You can also do the PVC vinyl gloves. It's just a little bit more of a bear. And there's a slightly different inner ring, and it's got an O-ring on there, and you just literally press it into place, and you're diving dry. So when you're in the suit, it's pretty easy to self-install. And you can kind of set it up like this, just give yourself a little pinch, and then to get it off, you just kind of lock your arm and you just pry up against that ridge, and the glove will pop right off. So benefit here, if I'm diving wet gloves one day or no gloves, I don't have to change anything here. I just don't put on the glove. If the next day I'm diving dry gloves, you just press it on. So
I don't want to wish this show anything bad or anything. I mean, it's our first time hosting, so I want the show to succeed.
Yeah.
But if these are the kinds of giveaways we get when people like get sick or can't make it or whatever, I mean,
no kidding,
dude, I hope nobody makes it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll just talk for 2 days and give away the biggest prizes in the history of dive shows.
I know this is so good. But you know, what I was going to comment on, Tim, is that I could have chose any vendor in the world to deal with when it came to my annoying way of going through the details of choosing a Santi undergarment. I don't know, for those of you who have not dealt with Dive Right and Scuba, they are amazing. Like, look at how detailed they are. And you see that jolly, happy, the smiling way. The whole time he was like that with me. Even when I probably asked the same question 19 times, which I tend to do. Just patience, detailed. And he actually focused on, what are you going to be doing? What do you need? What's your body to like? You guys are really, really good at this stuff. Really. And that, so
appreciate it.
I want to throw that out as well.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I mean, we're blessed here with a great staff of dry, cold water, you know, dry suit divers. And every day we get challenged with, you know, kind of the impossible task sometimes, right? And we have definitely developed a system to find out exactly what you need to benefit your diving, whether it be today or 10 years from today. And that's a great thing. And I got to tell you, Santi, as a dry suit company as well, same thought goes into their dry suits. Every year we see little changes occurring. You know, this past year, they actually upgraded the Flexsole boot. So they had noticed and gotten some content or some feedback from the divers that, hey, you know, my boot's not stiff enough or not durable enough. So what do? They don't just keep the same old boot. They go ahead and they beef it up, give us a little bit more protection, a little bit more tread. The details that go into these suits is just crazy. So if you haven't had the opportunity to jump on their website and like build your dry suit, they have so many different color options. You can do different panels and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, really sharp company to work with, and a lot of fun for us.
Right, but the high quality doesn't end with dry suits. They also
Yeah.
move into the undergarments.
Yeah.
Which
They-
is where
they
you
sure
come
do.
in with your volcano undergarment.
Yeah, and I only really know how to use one setting on the battery, high.
Yeah.
I know it has
So
other
dumb.
settings, and I know you lectured me about time and whatever.
But-
Immediately, I only wrote down one. High.
But let's talk about what happened. We have
All right.
time right here.
I know.
We
I
have
know
time.
what's coming.
We have time.
Fine.
So
This is.
Tim
doesn't know.
No, I'm just saying you weren't always happy with the undergarment. It wasn't working
wasn't.
great after dive 1. Why was that?
Are you talking about the?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
Tim.
Walk
Let me
me
just
through it.
tell you.
Let's
Let
hear
me
it.
just tell you what happened. The undergarment was all good or whatever, but I wore the battery on my hip, sort of
Yeah.
on my side. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had a canister light battery on, where you would maybe want to put this. So we're exiting a cave, Roaring River, actually.
No, we were at Bonterra.
No, I'm talking about the Roaring River incident. That's what I'm. Well,
Oh,
let me finish this story.
Okay.
So Roaring River, I'm wearing I'm wearing it.
Yeah,
Proudly wearing it. I'm like, whatever. And I see Mike Young come out of the Roaring River, and he's going to flow over like you're at the surface now. And you flow over like this cool little waterfall, where they're dropping the water down to the next level. Mike slides over it perfectly, effortlessly, like he does in everything he does with cave diving. We're like, and they're filming up on the ridge. Everybody's got their cameras, and I'm like, woohoo, yeah, when I'm coming up. And I'm flowing towards it. And Woody, boom. Literally, the battery on my waist grabs that metal part of that over thing, holds me,
almost drowned.
holds me, and my face plants because it's like boom, and my head pops down and hits my tooth on something or whatever, and I'm like, I literally just knocked my tooth out of my mouth.
You can watch.
So that was I didn't, but I thought I did because I'm like touching the tooth. I'm like, I think it's loose. And hopefully it grows back, and that is all on video.
This
That's
is all on
my
video
moment.
on our Roaring River series, and it's not only on video; it's on video in super slow motion. We didn't have to do it in slow motion and zoomed in, but we did. But now the incident I was talking about is when you weren't very happy with the suit. You were wearing it for the first time, and you came out of the water. And it's like, oh man, this guy Tim, he doesn't know what he's talking about. This thing sucks. The worst thing ever.
First of all, I
And
didn't
then
do
Amanda,
that. That's a lie.
and then Amanda is like, "Did you flip the battery?"
Oh,
Tim, Tim, you remember how you very, very explicitly told me, don't forget, you want to store the battery such that the metal prongs aren't in the connector. That's how you want to store it. You don't want to keep it back. So remember when you go diving and you actually want it to heat, you got to take that out and just twist it and plug it back in.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
this thing doesn't work.
I'm
I'm
like under there. I have it on high. I'm like,
Can't
the
even feel it.
undergarment's keeping me a little warm, but where's the heat?
Yeah.
And Amanda was very much like us. Said she's like, by chance, because I've never seen an idiot do this, but I'll throw it out there anyway. And I'm like,
nobody's this dumb, but let me bring it up.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember Tim told me about. Anyway, all right. I didn't mean to deviate.
We lost Tim for a second.
We lost you, Tim, but that was quite amazing. Now the next dive, when I actually plugged it in right, Gus was like, "Dude, you have steam. You have steam coming out of you in Bonterra mine. It felt so good." Anyway, all right. Yeah, all right. I hope you heard the rest of it. The second dive, Tim, when I plugged it in to actually add electric,
fire.
So I had steam coming out of here. I'm like, oh my God.
We're sitting there, and
This
Woody
is the warmest thing ever.
Woody's like a funnel of steam. Like, dude, what is happening right now?
Well, I went on high.
On high.
I was so happy.
So,
I was so happy. All right, so now you know, Tim.
Do you guys have like a walkthrough, like a buddy check that you guys have come up with, whatever it may be? I have had to add, hey, is this connected to the thermal valve? And is my battery connected? And does the heat work to that checklist? Because too many times have I jumped in the water and left the inside one unconnected. You with students, you're thinking about something else. It's like, oh.
All right, thank you, Tim. Thank you for making me not seem like I'm the only moron in the world that did that. Good.
All right, so don't forget to enter the amazing raffle that we have at the end of this presentation. The link has been shared at least 87 times. So hopefully you have entered it, because we're going to be giving away thousands of dollars worth of gear. But let's talk about the undergarment.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Go for it, Tim.
Santi has a bunch of different undergarment options here. Let's just talk about the heaviest hitters, right? So there's not a lot of options for heated undergarments any longer. There used to be a few other ones a few years ago. The list just keeps seeming to dwindle down. So Santi is still at the top of their game. We've got a heated vest from them, which is just going to be front and back heated. It's thickness of a 200-gram thinsulate, so it does have some inherent warmth from it right off the bat. Then moving up from that, we get into the full heated Flex 2.0. So I got wires traveling throughout the whole suit.
I love it.
My favorite thing about it is for any of us that are diving heated gloves, we know the issues of dealing with the wires. If I don't have my Flex 2.0 on, which just has the wire hiding right inside the sleeve. So that's my favorite thing about this whole thing, because normally you're dealing with a long wiring harness and you've got to kind of hide this down your sleeve and all of that. And so if you just need gloves, it works fine. But for us around here, the Flex 2.0 is the answer. So really warm undergarment right out of the box. If you, I'm sure everybody's familiar with some other undergarment brands, just know this is in line with pretty much everybody else's mid-weight to lower, like crazy thick Arctic quality type temperature range. So really warm right out of the box. We can kick on the heat. It's got a lot of heating power, so we're going to need some battery. Woody knows all about this. The size of the battery to run this sucker, if I'm going to run it for hours and hours on end, is going to be increasing in size. But that's something myself or the staff here at the shop can assist you with. Great undergarment. And one of my favorite things is that we can customize this to your size. So what we did with Woody is we had him take some measurements.
Yep.
We found out, hey, this is about the size you are. Let's send you an undergarment to try on before we go ahead and customize one. Would we find out, hey, this suit's perfect?
Perfect. It was perfect.
Let's rock and roll with it. So,
and that is, I think, an advantage because there are other manufacturers. I think most dry suit manufacturers have the option, whether you have to pay for it or not, but have the option to make a custom dry suit. But I don't know of any other manufacturers. I'm sure there are, but I don't know of any other ones that will customize your undergarments too.
I know.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. And I generally run that battery on medium, and I get a good, there was no problem with like 3 to 4 hours. It probably had more left in it. And I was very warm, and that was in Bonterra Mine. So I wore that exact undergarment that you're holding right there and ran it up. I really did run it on medium. And what was the water temp in Bonterra Mine, Gus? Do you remember?
54.
54.
Yeah.
So that gives you an indication that, South Florida used to 85 and above water temp was totally fine in Bonterra Mine once I actually connected the battery. It was great. It was really cool.
So you've got this amazing heated undergarment that you just won from entering your name in this presentation. But how do we get juice to the undergarment?
Yes.
Right. So we're wearing an external battery that you got to remember to flip the lid, and then that battery needs to connect into something. So Santi offers a thermal valve line called the 303 valve. And so this is something that they just came out with here recently. So this guy rotates so that you can have it coming in from left or right hand side. So side mount guys coming in off the right, whatever, back mount coming off the left. And that is going to have an EO cable that is going to attach to the battery.
Yep.
And then this is going on the inside of the dry suit. So a lot of folks don't know, but there are actually different types of valves out there for your dry suits. Santi lets you pick them when you're buying your suit. So if you already own a thermal valve or something like that, on the next dry suit, we'll match it up and say, we got an Apex sized valve. We'll do an Apex thermal valve. Same thing on the exhaust and all that kind of stuff. So,
by the way, I'm pretty sure this is the cable that you can plug into your DPV. So the battery is the battery of the DPV. So you heat up your suit with the DPV battery, so that lasts long. You don't have to carry the humongous battery.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah,
it's a great point
really
too.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's super awesome.
Yeah.
So
that way,
you've got that battery, you've got that valve, you've got the undersuit. Now to finish yourself out, because you're diving Bonterra's, upper 50s, or you're diving the Great Lakes 40s or lower. We finish it all off with some thick, nice heated gloves. Again, we got wires traveling all down the backside to keep you really warm. I was very reluctant to going with heated gloves because dexterity is very important. I'm sure you guys can key in on that as well. You know, you're dealing with lines and stuff. Losing dexterity is not great, but this really isn't that bad. You know, and I have the same Santi dry gloves with it. You get that nice fit, the water tightening up around your hand and everything. You do have good dexterity. And you know, maybe you purchase appropriate bolt snaps or something like that to make it a little bit easier to work with them. But great choice as well.
Yep. Everything you just held up is my exact system configuration, and very easy to use, very easy to pop out the old Apex valve and put in that Santi one. It was all super easy to do. And I love it. I mean, you're going to be nice and warm. I mean, I'm able to dive in the Great Lakes with it.
Yeah, it's awesome. And even if you don't have a Santi dry suit, you can just affix the heating elements to any dry suit.
That's what I don't have a Santi.
Right.
Mine happened to be a Bear cave cut. I want a Santi now, but that's what we put it on, and it's no problem.
Yeah,
it worked great.
So that's because I know there's people watching this that are diving already dry. They already have a dry suit from any manufacturer, and they're like, man, I wish I could do that with mine. I don't want to buy a brand new dry suit. I already bought one. How do I do it? Well, you can set it up through Dive Right In.
Yeah, super easy to do. And people are saying they're, you know, like here's Bob saying, I found the dexterity with the Santi heated gloves to be the same as the unheated gloves. So that's very good. Previously used with my dry gloves. So, you know, people are commenting that they agree with you on that. And I found the same thing. They're really good.
Yeah. And so
awesome.
We might as well talk about a few other little things here. So
there's a question, Tim, there's a question from the audience is what happens if your suit floods? What happens with a heater vest? Does it still work? Does it short circuit and electrocute you?
Yeah. Good question.
So I kind of mentioned it. I'm the cold guy, so I'm always diving dry and always diving heated. And I flooded my dry suit. It's not a great thing. It's not a great feeling to say, okay, am I going to be able to continue to run the heat now that this 40-degree water's in there? This is my just personal anecdote. I still ran it. It wasn't total, you know, waist deep flood or anything like that, but it was substantial enough to where, you know, you're getting really cold. That's fresh water. I think if you're in salt water, you probably want to disconnect the battery, whether it be from your DPV or from that external battery and call it quits. But in my experience, I was lucky enough, still to be able to run the heat and get out of the water and kind of take care of business. But they are you can wash these, right? We're talking about water and all that kind of stuff. You can still wash your undergarments. I just kind of basically seal this guy up. Same thing on the wrists. I'm very delicate with it. I obviously don't want to have to buy another one, but I'd say you're going to be all right, but you can always disconnect if you have an issue.
Good question.
Yeah. All right. So what else are you showing us, Tim, before we do the raffle?
Yeah. We're just got a few minutes here. So when you're buying your Santi, one of the things that I notice, we offer 30 or so different brands of dry suits here at the shop. One of the unique things with Santi is that right out of the box, they're really hooking you up with everything that most people ask for. So your choice of boots or socks, knee pads, Kevlar knee pads, really nice pockets. They're a textile pocket, wet notes pocket, bungees, a little top pocket, Halcyon streamlined P valve, so a great balance P valve. They're giving us suspenders, your replaceable seals, all that kind of stuff. So they really do it right. You don't feel nickeled and dimed when you're going through the process, purchasing a suit that's just going to give it to you all anyway. And they give you a really nice dry bag of goodies and stuff. So they take care of
color options, Tim.
Tons of color options. So you got orange. You've got obviously the blue, the silver, the black, the red.
Pink?
Yeah.
No.
Not yet.
Well, we're going to have to get one made up.
Right.
That's awesome. All right.
Very, very nice. Really nice.
So we've been talking about it all presentation long. Santi was able to donate some amazing gifts for us, raffle gifts for the folks. We're doing a Flex 2.0. We're also doing an Avatar tri-suit undergarment package. So just to talk about the Avatar real quick again, that's their thin, lightweight dry suit. It's breathable. and it comes with a really nice thick undergarment. It's thicker than the Flex 2.0. So, I mean, it's a great starter setup or a great backup suit or something for Florida.
Nice. All right. So should we go ahead and give the 2 prizes away? And for those of you who haven't entered, make sure you click on that link and join the giveaway.
All right. I think we're ready. Do we want to do the Avatar first? Do you think we want to go with the Flex 2.0?
Let's do the Avatar first.
The Avatar first? All right.
Yeah.
So it looks like we came in just short of 300 people in the raffle at 298.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So let's go here for the Avatar.
Here we go.
Still going.
The winner is.
All right. So the Avatar looks like it's going
Albert.
Panarejo.
All right, Albert.
All right,
Awesome.
Albert.
We'll email you after the show and get you sized up and everything and get you in a beautiful
Congrats.
Very
Congrats.
good.
All
Very
right.
nice.
Now,
Ooh, this one's
moment of
So the
truth.
Flex
sweet,
2.0, the
Wow.
big hitter here.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, this is a great
Oh.
prize.
Gus.
All right. So here we go on that one. All right, Eric Allo.
Eric Allo.
Eric
Congratulations.
Allo, man.
Wow. Amazing prize.
You're gonna be warm. Really,
Yeah,
really
how
nice.
awesome. And just remember, anybody that's putting your name into these drawings, at the end of the day, we're going to do $1,000 giveaway.
That's
So
right.
if you didn't win your Flex 2.0 now, you can buy one when you win that $1,000 giveaway. All right.
That's right.
Yeah. And a lot of people are commenting. There were comments like, "How hard is it to get in and out of these dry suits?" And that gets to your point, Tim, earlier about the flexibility of it. Makes it pretty much you can get in and out of it yourself. It's probably if you keep the zipper nice and lubed or lube it right before you are going to do an actual dive, it's really easy to reach up because you can see it kind of goes down from left down to the right, and it's very easy to get in and out of this dry suit totally on your own. Remember to undo the crotch strap for those of you that are not regular dry suit divers. Tim is, when you're bringing that
Thing above
head
you.
above
Yeah.
your head. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to
too
get that
short.
over. But
You
it's
have
very easy to get in and out of all of this stuff on your own.
Yeah,
All
and I
right.
know we got just a few minutes, so I'm just going to mention that. That's probably the most commented conversation that we have is this can't be my dry suit. It's way too big. So Santi's dry suits, like some other competitors too, are telescoping. So you've got that extra material that is allowing you to put this non-stretchy dry suit up and over your head.
Exactly.
Same thing when we're looking at leg length. I mean, it's not a pair of jeans that's going to naturally stretch or anything like that. So the legs are going to be a little bit longer. But the great thing is our team here will work with you and make sure that everything's top notch in terms of the fit of the dry suit. And yeah, flexibility and all that, definitely easier with a Santi. So.
Easy. And then I'm always going to add, in the spirit of dive talk, that don't go out and buy a dry suit and then just start diving dry. It is completely different than diving with a wetsuit, both from emergency procedures like flooding and stuck valves and so forth, and just trim and buoyancy. It's a completely different game. Now, after a while, I prefer diving for trim and buoyancy in my dry suit now than I do in a wetsuit. It's just so beautiful. You just move that bubble inside of it exactly where you want. It's almost like somebody's just holding your little legs up from behind, right? And you're just looking around and you got somebody like got you on a string from above. It's just wonderful, but there's a learning process. So guys, go with people that live in cold water and dive dry suits all the time. That's who I would take a dry suit course from, because that's what they live in. They start off in a dry suit in their open water class. So these are dry suit divers, but definitely get the education. Don't just buy one and dive it without it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in and for joining the giveaway. We'll have another one in 30 minutes, but up next, we'll be talking to Xdeep.
Xdeep.
Thanks, Tim.
Awesome. No problem. Thanks, guys.
I think I'm going to go grab my Xdeep harness. Actually, hold it up a little bit. Let me go do that.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for staying in with us. Xdeep is next.
Well, actually, they want
If
to
you can-
talk about a different harness, right?
If you can, yeah.
Do you have that harness with you?
Yeah, I have a
BCD. Let's let them talk about that harness.
Here we go.
I mean, I do love my beautiful pink, all pink, custom made Xdeep harness, but it's
I
the
got the
Stealth
same
2,
hoodie.
and it's made for.
I got the same hoodie. Look at it. It's awesome.
Yeah, man. Xdeep is another one of those companies that carefully thinks out little details, which I know they're going to talk about. And the thing about these companies that think about the little details, those little details make your life so much better in a dive, right? Little tiny tweaks to make things more convenient are so much better of a dive experience, and they spend a ton of time with that. I know that through conversations with Patrick Widman. I mean, he agonizes himself over those details, and Xdeep incorporates those things into their products.
Absolutely.
They are avid divers at Xdeep. And talk to anybody working at an Xdeep company or whatever. These guys are diving everything in the world. So
yeah,
I can't wait to hear all about your
nicely said,
what I
gentlemen.
talked about today. But it really is something that you guys stand out a lot on. Is just the focused on the little details. It's really impressive.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
How are you guys? I'm so excited. First of all, I hope everyone watching and either now or pre-recorded message is gonna have as much fun as you two. I mean, it's just the show is great so far, and energy you guys bring in, and welcome from cold and rainy New Jersey, the home to everything X, extravaganza, extra large, extra cool, extra big, and everything else that we have to offer.
Nice.
This
Awesome.
X stands for something,
Extra
right?
traffic.
So,
Yes.
well, not where we are here. That's why we carefully, just like with our equipment, we carefully choose where we are. But anyway,
Right.
Where
I cannot pass.
Where are you?
New Jersey.
So
New Jersey. You
we
said
are
that, but
located
what's that?
in Jackson, New Jersey. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's a dead center of Jersey. If you would split north-south, we are right in the middle. We have a beautiful location, beautiful facility, surrounded by woods. We don't have caves, we don't have rivers here, so none of that. But we have a beautiful pool. We do have beautiful ocean, right, filled with wrecks and everything that you may want to dive. Basically,
Really?
it's a little bit challenging, of course. Yeah.
Do you know I never
It's-
ever of all the dives I've done, I've never dove in New Jersey. Like, have you
Well,
ever?
then
I
you
know,
didn't
Gus,
dive at all.
let's go to New Jersey. But we should. Really,
So,
you guys got some cool wrecks.
You really should. I mean, one of the best diving ever. Obviously, you know what they say, and there is always this, fight. If you will go, into different areas of the world, especially with the beautiful blue water like Florida, Bonaire, and everywhere else. We always say if you learn to dive in New Jersey, you can dive right off the get-go anywhere in the world, right?
Oh,
Because
really?
New Jersey has a beautiful diving. It's quite challenging. I mean, 20 foot of this is what we enjoy if it's a good weather, right? So, plus some currents and obviously, colder temperatures. But nevertheless, let's talk about exciting stuff
But
about,
one other
what
bonus.
this big.
Yeah, we are going to talk about. But I can't help this. But one other huge bonus of diving in New Jersey. Have you ever eaten in a New Jersey diner? Which, by the way, there's gazillions of.
Which one?
That's a
After
Which
the
one? I mean,
exactly. Right after the dive, I'm going to be like, "Where's the best meatloaf
Yeah,
within
let's
1
go
mile?"
absolutely. Hey,
Let's do
eating
introduction.
after.
Right?
And by the way,
Well,
I want to now dive in New Jersey with you. You do know that. Please
Come on
take
over,
me,
guys. I mean,
please.
shortly saying, people call me SJ or Scuba, just like my Instagram name, if you want to get connected with me about anything Xdeep. So, I have to say one more thing. I just want to say thank you, to the present and past and future supporters of our brand. And it's just, being with Xdeep from the very beginning when we came up with this very first product that wasn't even really anything yet. It's you guys that put us on the map, right? And put us not only on the map, somewhere on the map, but made us a top brand around the world. And you guys bring all this excitement, and you guys are the reason why we're doing it. I mean, to be honest, I get the calls every single day, people telling me how much Xdeep changed their diving forever. It's just, this is what keeps us going. So thank you guys, and whoever never experienced Xdeep. I mean, this is not to, bash other companies. I want to say hello to, previous speakers and the ones that going to be after me. I appreciate what you guys do. I appreciate you guys, trying, alongside, make scuba industry really the top sport.
Yeah.
I really dream about the times when we're gonna have, a Super Bowl and NBA, finals and scuba diving, at
Yeah.
the same level of enthusiasm, right? Can you imagine, like, having
awesome.
Super Bowl and right after will be awesome. So, nevertheless, I mean, I was asked by, guys, thank you, Dive Right in Scuba, for making this happen. I think this is great, especially that, we are so busy and running so many different directions. It brings us all together. I was asked to bring something new, right? And, when we talk about new at Xdeep, I mean, like, which one? Because we have so many different ideas. I mean, I'm hoping you guys don't have control over the camera pan, because there is, top secret projects on left and right? So, that would be difficult to do. But, we have one product that it's like this perfect Christmas gift that just keeps on giving, like, every single time you come around it. I mean, regardless if it's, it's like Christmas every single month, right? And I specifically, referring to the tune-up tool, to, the website that Xdeep came up with, that not only allows you to, build your own custom product based on your visual preferences and taste when it comes to the color and everything else, but also allows you actually to equip your BCD, with what you think it's right for you.
Hang on 1 second. We're getting a slew of comments, Tim, that people are having major audio problems, and I want to hear him. He's got so much enthusiasm, so I want to make sure, because what he said is really important already.
Yeah, so we got the team here. Go ahead and just send us a chat if you're able to hear. Maybe we can try doing a reset.
How about now? Is it better now?
I mean, I think Woody, Gus, and myself can hear you just fine. It's
we
just
can. No sound still, resetting, not working.
Is it better?
Made his comment. Give it a second. Let's see what's going on with that, because what you've already said some really important stuff. Just give it a minute or two. I'd rather them hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, if you want to make this show about Xdeep all the way till the midnight, I'm fine with it. I cleared my schedule for today.
That's cool.
Let's get some meatloaf.
I want to dive with you in New Jersey badly now.
Let's go.
I want to eat meatloaf afterwards.
Let's have a fish. I mean, dive first, right? And then depends how good of a diver you are. You're going to get a little fish or a lot of fish. That's how